Let me just preface this by saying I'm not a saint. I've made mistakes. But I always thought marriage was about working through those mistakes, not hiding more of them. I, 34M, have been married to my wife, Emma, 32F, for 6 years. Together for 10. High school sweethearts turned adult disasters, I guess. Everything started unraveling about 4 months ago, but if I'm being honest, the cracks were there long before that. Little things. How often she'd check her phone at night. How she started sleeping with it under her pillow. The way she laughed at texts she wouldn't show me. I asked once, jokingly, "Got a secret boyfriend?" She smiled and said, "Don't be silly." But the smile didn't reach her eyes. The distance grew fast. We used to talk about dumb stuff, shows, life, her work, mine. Then it was like she didn't even care. I'd come home and she'd be out. I'd ask where she went and I'd get one-word answers. Out. Friends. Don't worry. I started worrying. The sex stopped too. At first it was stress, then just tiredness. Then nothing. Cold shoulder, excuses, that weird tension like touching each other would break something. I tried. Flowers, dinners. She'd smile, thank me, but stay glued to that damn phone. One night, I couldn't take it. She was asleep, and I picked it up. Face ID didn't work. She changed it. Mistake number one, I followed her. She said she had a girls' night last Friday. I didn't believe her. So, yeah, I followed her. It was pathetic. I felt like some desperate stalker. She didn't go to the bar she said she was meeting her friend at. She went to a house, suburban, quiet, familiar. It was my friend's house. Matt, my best friend since college, my best man at the wedding. He introduced me to whiskey. I introduced him to my wife. I didn't confront her. Yet. I parked down the street and watched her walk inside. She didn't knock. She had a key. She stayed the night. I didn't sleep. Next morning, she came home smiling, carrying a bag of donuts. "I figured you'd want breakfast," she said. I wanted to throw the donuts at the wall. I didn't. I smiled, ate one. Chocolate glazed. Tasted like betrayal. I wish that was the worst of it. But here's the twist. The part that makes me the biggest hypocrite on this God-forsaken planet. 2 years ago, I cheated too. Once. It was a mistake. A drunk, awful, stupid mistake during a work conference. I told no one. I felt disgusting. I swore I'd make it right. I did everything to be a better husband after that. I changed jobs, went to therapy, gave up drinking. And just when I thought I was rebuilding something, I found out it was already ashes. I don't know what to do. I haven't told her I know. I haven't told Matt I saw them. I haven't told anyone about what I did either. It's like we're both drowning, smiling at each other while the water fills our lungs. And I'm starting to think we deserve it. I couldn't sleep. Again. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her walking into his house, smiling, like she belonged there, like he wasn't my friend, like I never existed. Saturday, 3 a.m., I texted him, "You up?" No response. Of course. By 9 a.m., I was outside his house again. I told myself I just needed clarity, closure, some stupid excuse. When he opened the door, he looked like a ghost, like he knew. "Hey, man," he said. I punched him. The fight. It wasn't cinematic, no slow-motion punches or heroic music, just raw, ugly violence. He fell into a planter. I yelled something. I barely remember what. Something like, "How long? How fucking long, Matt?" He didn't answer, just stood up slowly, wiping blood from his lip. "You don't get to act betrayed," he said. "You cheated first." My stomach turned. "What the hell did you say?" "Emma told me." That was the first time I realized this wasn't just betrayal. This was premeditated. She told him everything. Apparently, Emma had known about my one-night stand. For months, maybe longer. She never said a word. Not a fight, not a tear. She just filed it away. And then she used it. Matt said they got close while I was busy working late. Ironic, considering that's the exact excuse she used on me. She was lonely, man, he said. You were never around. And when you were guilty. Distant. I asked him if he loved her. He didn't answer. Home shattered. I drove home with blood on my knuckles and something darker in my chest. When I walked in, she was on the couch, watching TV, like nothing happened. "Where were you?" she asked. I didn't answer, just sat across from her and stared. "I talked to Matt," I said. She didn't flinch. "Okay," she said, "just okay. No fear, no apology, no denial." I asked her why. She looked at me, and I'll never forget what she said. "Because you broke us first. I just finished the job." What do you even say to that? I wanted to scream. Break something. I wanted her to hurt. But all I did was sit there, staring, realizing that somewhere along the line the marriage was already dead. We were just walking corpses pretending to be alive. I don't know what hurts more, that she cheated, or that I didn't even really feel shocked when I found out there was someone else. There's something in your brain that just breaks, like a switch flips. You stop being surprised. You just keep uncovering filth and saying, "Yeah, that tracks." The second man. It started with a name. She got a call Tuesday night. She was in the kitchen, phone on speaker by mistake. A man's voice. "Hey, babe, can't wait for Thursday?" She froze. Her eyes met mine. She fumbled, ended the call, then tried to act like nothing happened. "Telemarketer," she said. I didn't even respond. I got up, went to the bedroom, and for the first time in months, I opened her laptop. The emails. She wasn't careful. Maybe she didn't think I'd check. Maybe she wanted me to see. There was a Gmail tab still open, hidden in plain sight. I wish I hadn't read them. I wish I could burn them out of my memory. Dozens of emails, hotel bookings, conversations, screenshots of me, things I said, jokes I made. She was sending them to someone, a man named Elliot, not Matt, someone else, a coworker from her marketing job. They had been working late together a lot lately. I remember. It gets worse. In one of the emails, she writes, "Matt was a mess after that night. I think it's better if I stick with Elliot for now. Less guilt, less history." So Matt was, what? A one-time thing? A phase? A buffer? I kept reading. "He still doesn't know I saw the hotel charge on his card from 2 years ago. I just buried it." I thought he'd confess. He didn't. I guess we're both liars. That's when it hit me. She knew. She had proof of my one-night stand all this time. And instead of talking to me, she started collecting her own ledger of betrayal. I couldn't breathe. I went to the bathroom and threw up. My body was shaking. Rage, guilt, confusion. It all mixed into one nauseating storm. She came in a few minutes later, calm, quiet. "You saw it?" she asked. I didn't answer. "I didn't love Matt," she said. "But I do love Elliot. I think I have for a while." I looked at her, really looked at her, and I realized I didn't know this person at all. She asked for a divorce just like that. No yelling, no tears, just cold words. "I think we're both too far gone. Let's not drag this out." She already had a separate bank account. She already knew a lawyer. She had been planning this. I asked her, "Were you ever going to tell me, or was I just supposed to fade away quietly?" She shrugged. I don't know. You were so good at pretending, I thought maybe I'd do the same. You ever get so betrayed you start doing things you didn't think you were capable of? After she asked for the divorce, things got weirdly quiet. No fighting, no screaming matches, just silence. She slept in the guest room, made her own coffee, barely spoke to me. But I wasn't done. If she thought she was going to break me and walk away clean, she had no idea who I was anymore. So I looked him up, Elliot. Her real affair partner, it wasn't hard. A name, a LinkedIn profile, and boom, found him. He's exactly what you'd expect. Polished, smug, corporate smile, works in digital strategy, posts fake deep quotes on Twitter, probably has a podcast no one listens to, but what he didn't post publicly was his wife, Marissa. I found her through his tagged photos on Facebook, private profile, but her bio said, wife, mom, survivor. Mom? Yeah, they had a kid. My wife was sleeping with someone's husband and father, and she never said a word about that part. I sat with that for 2 days. I didn't even know what to do. Was it my place to blow up someone else's marriage? Would I just be creating more pain? But then I thought about all the lies, all the times Emma looked me in the eye and pretended to love me, and I realized I didn't owe her any more silence. So I reached out. I created a burner email, attached screenshots of the emails between Emma and Elliot, booking confirmations, timestamps. I didn't say anything dramatic, just, I thought you should know. I've been where you are, I'm sorry. I didn't expect a response. I got one the next day. Marissa called me. She asked to talk on the phone, said it felt more real that way. Her voice cracked, but she didn't cry. She told me Elliot had cheated before, that she always suspected something, but didn't want to tear apart their son's world. Then she said this. He told me last year he was mentoring a woman at work who was in a troubled marriage, said he was trying to help. Was that her? I almost laughed. Mentoring, sure. Then she said something that hit me like a freight train. When I found condoms in his car, he told me they were for a friend who was cheating and didn't want his wife to find out. I believed him. I asked when that was. February. I froze. February was when Emma and I stopped sleeping together. I thought it was emotional distance. Turns out it was latex and deception. And then Emma found out, I told. I don't know if Marissa confronted Elliot or Elliot told Emma, but 2 days later, Emma came home in a rage. You told his wife? She looked at me like I was a villain, like I crossed a line. I told her, I thought you liked honesty. She slapped me. For the first time in 10 years, she hit me. Then she started crying, not sad tears, angry ones, screaming, throwing things, accusing me of destroying lives. I just sat there, watching her unravel. You think I'm the bad guy, she said. You think you're innocent? I said nothing, because she was right. We were both rotting from the inside out. What now? The divorce is moving fast. She wants the house. She'll probably get it. I'm staying with my brother for now. Matt blocked me. Elliot deleted his socials. Marissa hasn't responded again. I keep wondering if I did the right thing, or if I just made everything worse. But one thing's clear. I thought the worst had already happened. I was wrong. The mind does weird things when it's been pushed too far. You start looking for pain. You stop hoping for peace. You just want to know how deep the betrayal goes. Like if you can measure it, maybe you can survive it. So, yeah, I went back into her laptop. I shouldn't have. The folder hidden inside a folder named Taxes real original, was a subfolder called M Clips. I thought maybe it meant Matt, but it wasn't Matt. It was videos, screenshots, voice notes. One file stood out, newer, time-stamped about 2 weeks ago. Reci L meeting 4 to MP4. I clicked it. The video. It was recorded from a hotel room. The camera, probably a phone, was propped up on a nightstand, half covered by a jacket. I saw her. Emma. In the dress I remembered, the one she wore to dinner with co-workers. And Elliot. They were laughing, drinking wine. He kissed her neck. She laughed like she'd never laughed with me. Then things turned sexual. I should have stopped it. I didn't. What broke me wasn't the sex. I was already numb to that. It was what she said after, lying next to him, tangled in sheets. "He's going to kill himself when I finally leave," he laughed. "Let him." She didn't argue. She just smiled. I don't remember smashing the screen. All I know is that 1 second I was watching the video and the next, the laptop was on the floor, screen shattered, blood on my knuckles. I stared at my hand for a long time. I didn't even feel the pain. Then I got the letter. A manila envelope arrived at my brother's place 2 days later. No return address. Inside was a note. "You keep digging and someone's going to bury you." No signature, no other contents. But I knew the handwriting. Matt. What the hell did I step into? This wasn't just some sloppy love triangle anymore. This was starting to feel planned, coordinated. Emma had emails, videos, passwords. Matt was sending threats. Elliot had deleted everything, now wiped his presence off the map. And me? I was losing my mind in a stranger's guest bedroom, staring at a cracked laptop and wondering if I should call the cops or the morgue. And then I got a message from Marissa. Just 2 words. "He's missing. Elliot, gone. Left work early 3 days ago and never came home. Phone off. Credit cards inactive. Police were notified. But nothing so far. You know what's sick?" A part of me felt relief. But another part whispered something I haven't admitted until now. What if Emma had something to do with it? I drove 4 hours without telling anyone. Marissa had mentioned once during our only phone call that Elliot had access to a co-worker's family cabin up north. It stuck with me. I didn't plan it. I didn't pack. I just took my car, a dead phone, and my rage. The cabin was real. It sat deep in the trees, rotting and quiet. No Wi-Fi, no neighbors. The kind of place people go when they don't want to be found. The back door was unlocked. Inside it smelled like wood, mold, and secrets. And yes, someone had been there recently. Food wrappers, an empty bottle of red wine, Emma's brand of cigarettes in the ashtray, Elliot's leather jacket thrown over a chair, but no people, just silence. Then I found the notebook stuffed under the mattress, torn cover, scribbled handwriting. I don't know if it belonged to Elliot or Emma, maybe both. But inside were pages of details, not love notes, plans, passwords, account logins, mine, notes about my habits, my work schedule, access codes to my old office. One entry made my skin go cold. If he ever finds out, deny, twist, accuse, he breaks under guilt. Another, Matt will be leverage, but not forever. He's reckless. And then, if he threatens exposure, make him disappear. Use what we know. Use what we know. What the fuck had I been living in? This wasn't a woman broken by my infidelity. This wasn't getting even. This was orchestrated, layered, calculated. Emma had never forgiven me. She'd studied me. She'd built a web so she could burn me slowly, legally, socially, emotionally. and she wasn't working alone. Then I heard a car. I killed the lights, peeked through the side window. It was her, Emma, alone. She got out, holding her phone, pacing outside like she was waiting for someone. I should have confronted her, demanded answers, screamed, but something inside me whispered, "Wait." So I waited. The second car, 20 minutes later, another car pulled up. Matt, not Elliot. I don't know what I expected. Maybe some reunion, maybe yelling. But what I saw instead? They hugged, like nothing had happened, like they'd never turned on each other, like they were still in on it. Then I heard her say it, through the crack in the old wooden wall. Clear as day. "He thinks it was Elliot. He thinks you're out of the picture. Perfect." Matt laughed. "Let him spiral. He'll self-destruct like always. We don't even have to touch him." I left that night, didn't confront them, didn't let them know I was there, because now I understood. They didn't want to destroy me in one blow. They wanted to watch me unravel piece by piece. They were using guilt, paranoia, grief as weapons. And it was working. Now I don't sleep. I don't answer the phone. I don't trust anyone. I see things in shadows, hear noises that aren't there. She called today, left a voicemail. "You okay? I'm worried about you." I almost laughed. Worried. She's worried I'm not falling fast enough. But it's okay, because now I have the notebook. I don't remember driving back. I don't remember sleeping. I just remember the notebook, clutched in my hands like a Bible, my proof, my weapon. They wanted me to self-destruct? Fine. But I'd take someone with me. I went to Matt first. Emma was the brain. Matt was the weak link. He always was. Too cocky, too impulsive, too damn sloppy. I waited for him in the parking lot of his gym. His car pulled in around 7 p.m., right on time, just like the notebook said. I walked up before he could get out. "Hey," I said. His face dropped. "Shat! Dude!" I punched him before he could lie. The fight again. This time it was worse. There wasn't just anger in me. There was purpose. He tried to swing back, but I slammed him into the driver's side door, yelling, "You think I'm just going to lay down and let you two burn me? It wasn't like that. You tried to ruin me." He grabbed my shirt. I don't know how it happened. It wasn't planned, but we tripped. He hit the pavement hard. There was blood. From his nose, his eyebrow, maybe both. I stood over him panting, hands shaking. People were starting to look. Phones came out. One guy yelled, "Hey, back off." So I backed off. But not before I dropped a copy of the notebook pages on his chest. Try burying that. Police got involved. Of course they did. Assault charges, a report. Matt declined to press charges for now. Emma texted me the next day, "Are you trying to get arrested or just pathetic now?" But here's the thing. She was rattled, because now she knew I wasn't breaking down. I was fighting back. Then the email came from an anonymous sender. One sentence. "You think Emma did this alone?" Attached, one single photo of me at a bar 2 years ago, the night of the conference, the night I cheated. I never told anyone where I was that night. The photo was from behind, but clear. Me, another woman, laughing. Someone had been following me even back then. This didn't start with Emma's revenge. This started before. And whoever sent the email, they're not done. I'm not paranoid anymore. I'm being hunted. I don't know who else is involved. I don't know who sent the photo. But I do know this. Emma's not the end of this story. She's just one more knife in the spine. Someone, maybe Matt, maybe Elliot, maybe someone I don't even know, has been planning this for longer than I thought possible, and I'm running out of places to hide. It was raining when I drove to the house, our house, the one I paid for, painted, laughed in, the one where she planned my ruin. I didn't bring a weapon. I didn't need one. I had the notebook, I had the photo, I had the truth. What I didn't have was anything left to lose. She opened the door like she expected me. She didn't flinch, didn't ask what I wanted. She just looked at me with those tired, empty eyes, stepped aside and said, "Might as well finish this." The house was quiet. No music, no TV, just the hum of a woman who'd already written the ending in her head. She poured herself wine. Didn't offer me any. "Matt's filing for a restraining order," she said casually. I said nothing, just placed the notebook on the table. She stared at it. "You think I care?" She sat down, took a sip, and without looking at me said, "You cheated first, I just responded." I leaned in. "No," I said. "You didn't just respond. You watched. You studied me. You wrote scripts. You used people like weapons." She finally looked up, and then she smiled. "The real motive." "You always thought I was some broken little wife," she said. "Cheated on, left behind, but I was never broken. I just stopped pretending to love you the day I found that receipt. So why stay?" She stood, walked to the window. "Because I wanted you to feel safe before I took it all away. You took my heart without asking. I took your life piece by piece." I stepped closer. "And Matt? Elliot? Just tools?" She turned. "Matt was easy, weak. I knew he'd sleep with me the second I cried. Elliot wasn't supposed to last, but I like watching you spiral over him." She took another sip, then said, "You never really knew me, and that's your punishment." I snapped. I don't remember the moment I moved, just the noise, glass shattering, the wine bottle on the floor. She slapped me first. I grabbed her wrists. "You ruined me," I whispered. "You ruined yourself." We were screaming, grappling, years of poison exploding in a single suffocating moment. She pushed me. I stumbled. Then she slipped. The table corner. I didn't catch her in time. She hit the edge, hard, back of the head, sickening sound. She crumpled. I froze. I don't know how long I stood there. Maybe seconds, maybe hours. Blood, just a trickle. Eyes closed. I checked her pulse. Still there, shallow, weak. I called 911. The hospital she survived. Fractured skull, concussion, no memory of the impact. I told the cops it was an accident. They asked if I hit her. I said no. They don't believe me. I can see it. The charges, they're coming. Assault, trespassing, possible attempt to obstruct evidence. Matt's statement is full of lies. Of course it is. The photo from 2 years ago? It was Emma who took it. She followed me to that conference. She knew everything from the beginning. This wasn't revenge. This was entrapment. And now I've lost the house, my job, my reputation, and maybe my freedom. But I still have one thing, the truth, and this post. If I disappear, if something happens, I want you to know. She smiled while ruining me, and she almost got away with it. I write this from a county holding cell, charged with aggravated assault and unlawful entry. Emma survived. She gave a statement, said I broke in, attacked her. She left out the notebook, left out the years of manipulation, left out everything that mattered. Matt backed her story. Of course he did. And now no one believes me. My lawyer told me to plead out, said I might get a reduced sentence, said fighting it would cost more than it's worth. And maybe he's right. Because here's the thing. They won. But last night, something happened. A letter was slipped under my cell door. No name. Just handwriting I recognized instantly. Emma's. Inside, You finally cracked. That's all I wanted. Not revenge, not punishment. Just for you to break the way I broke. The night I found out about you and her, my breath caught. Wait, her? I only cheated once. That's what I told myself. What I believed. Conference girl. One night. Anonymous. Drunk. But in the envelope, there was a photo. Not the bar. Not the hotel. A child. About 5 years old. Big brown eyes. My eyes. On the back of the photo, you think guilt is hell? Try knowing you left your own child behind. It wasn't just the cheating. It was abandonment. Emma knew I had a kid and never told me. Because I never asked. I never looked back, never followed up, just buried it like everything else. And she found out. She reached out to the woman, they talked, compared timelines, and Emma made a choice. If you won't carry the weight of what you did, I'll bury you in it. Now I see it. It was never about Matt or Elliot or any of the affairs. They were tools to bleed me slowly, to make me feel what she did when she found out I'd shattered a life that wasn't just hers. And she did it. She took my home, my name, my future. She left me in a cell with one photo and a note that ends with, "Don't look for her, you don't deserve her, and if you try, I'll finish what I started. E." So this is it. I don't know if I'll ever get out. I don't know where my daughter is. I don't know if I deserve to. All I know is I lost, not because I was weak, but because I lied to myself long before I lied to anyone else. And she made sure I'd never forget it, and she found out. She reached out to the woman. They talked, compared timelines. And Emma made a choice. If you won't carry the weight of what you did, I'll bury you in it. Now I see it. It was never about Matt or Elliot or any of the affairs. They were tools to bleed me slowly, to make me feel what she did when she found out I'd shattered a life that wasn't just hers. And she did it. She took my home, my name, my future. She left me in a cell with one photo and a note that ends with, "Don't look for her, you don't deserve her, and if you try, I'll finish what I started." E. So, this is it. I don't know if I'll ever get out. I don't know where my daughter is. I don't know if I deserve to. All I know is I lost. Not because I was weak, but because I lied to myself long before I lied to anyone else. And she made sure I'd never forget it.